Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I would clean that bone about as good as anything.
Matt Hayes.
The guys they had last year, terrible.
And Leon Searcy.
Mama know that when you get to camp, you ain't going to see a lot of Big Daddy.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Oh, my gosh, man. What a start to your college football weekend. Things you thought you knew, you found out differently. Things you were certain of, you found out differently. And then things that you didn't expect, you were surprised to see. Man, we got a lot of stuff to cover in the college football world. We welcome you into a Tuesday that kind of feels like a Monday, but hopefully everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Back, recharged, ready to go. I'm looking at my lads. I don't know if they're all recharged because they were all in South Florida. Two to party, the other to work, but they were all down there taking it in. I'm telling you what, man, we got so much to get to from that game. LSU, Clemson, Alabama, Florida State, Ohio State, Texas. I think Bill Belichick might have a little bit of a problem up there in Chapel Hill because towards the end, he looked resigned, and his lover, her name is Jordan, she looked like she was ready to leave him, okay? She looked like she was...
say his lover?
His lover.
His muse.
His muse.
She looked like she was ready to patrol the Sunny Dike
She
side.
didn't say his paramour.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, it's his girlfriend. She looked like she was ready to switch sides. She was going over to the Dike.
Let me tell you what she looked
She was
like.
going to the Dike side, okay? That's what she was doing at the end.
She looked like she was a kid going up to her dad, can I have $20 for the concession stand? That's
my
what she looked
God.
like.
She looked like I was like, Belly, I'm going to go listen to the rest of the game in the car.
It was
That's what she looked
unreal.
like.
And listen, the cameras couldn't wait to show her right out of the box, okay? And you went from one box with Jordan in it to another box with Jordan in it. But the one over here was royalty. MJ, Roy Williams, and LT. That's a trio of total talent in that suite coming out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So we got so much to get into. Normally we would be saying thanks to Mocama Beer Company on a Monday, but we definitely will do it later this week. And we're planning on having a show up there. But Tuesday, it's all y'all. We want to get into it. We want to hear from you as far as some of the things that you saw that shocked you, some of the things that didn't surprise you. Let's just start off with, all right, you got to do this right away?
With a bang.
Okay.
With a bang.
Just to get us going right now.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
This is like a little creek into the river, which goes into the raging sea. Alabama is unranked in the coaches poll for the first time since 2007.
That's crazy. All right, since 2007.
Saban's first year.
Yeah, so let's have this as the jumping off point because Cole Kublik also sized it up pretty well that this is the first time that Alabama has been below 500 since 2006.
Whoa.
So
I heard they're 5-5 in their last 10.
Oh my, yeah.
Bro.
And 4-5 against FBS teams. It's just nuts what they have basically become under the direction of DeBoer. So yeah, let's get into all of it, but let's at least start with what happened down in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, because it was a great game. You guys were there. Matt, you're covering it with USA Today. Big Surse is a Hurricane Hall of Famers down there. JJ's sweet level.
JJ's
They're all balling out.
JJ's got the story. I mean, he's got the suite.
Yeah.
You know, he's got
The storm story. My tent was left in the dust. The weather was absolutely atrocious down there. And I'm like, you don't understand the hell I went through during the tailgate. There was literally like an hour hurricane that swept through. And after the game, when you walked down where everybody was tailgating, it was like a tank battle from World War II. You could see the carcasses of all these broken tents and coolers like throughout the parking lot. It was crazy. And I was thinking, man, if we don't win this freaking game after all this, I might not come back.
And by the way, there was a lot of forget about it. I'll buy another one type of look and feel is what I'm guessing with the way the weather was. Just forget about it.
I just left it.
Yeah.
I did not care.
Well, see,
and thank you to Denny for hooking it up in the box, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. Saw Matt down there. I was looking for Leon, didn't see him, but I felt his energy.
You absolutely felt my energy. See, the big fella had a different story because I look out the window and I see carcass, I see rain, I see cows flying in the wind. I was like, I'm not going out there. It's hard to get a car, hard to get an Uber. So I just looked up, found the closest cigar lounge, walked over there, smoked and watched the game from over there.
Yeah.
I had the energy.
Oh, yeah.
The energy was there. The fans were there. They were around. I mean, listen, anytime you play Notre Dame in Miami, the bigness of the game was already juicy enough. So I figured that I would bring my energy to Miami when I actually had
the actual stadium felt like a Florida State game. It felt, to me, the loudest it's been since I went to the 2017 Notre Dame game. That was like, those two games always stick out at me as the loudest I've been.
Well, that's the last time
beating the Irish.
That's the last time the Miami beat top 10 team was Notre Dame in 2017.
It was electric, man. Yeah. And it just shows, like, we all know Miami, when they have to win to get fans. That's always how it's going to be down there. But when they do, man, it is one of the best environments in college football. It really is.
They are now 18-0 all time in Hard Rock Stadium with the home opener. That's pretty good. All right,
so I'll tell you what
the journalist point of view.
I just get in the press box and I'm like, JJ gave me a suite number, which, by the way, we later find out it's not Carson's suite. It's Denny's.
It's the Whispers.
It's Denny's suite.
He's balling, bro.
Okay?
It's the Whispers.
So Denny kind of led us astray on that one, all right?
Super celeb.
Well, basically,
he doesn't like everybody to know he's a celeb. He's big time.
But
he's humble.
He's like, look, I mean, I'll try and get you a ticket, but it's really not mine. That's how it started.
Right. So JJ gives me the suite number. I walk out of the press box into the suite area. We literally walk out of the door of the press box, take like 10 steps, and there's JJ's suite.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Denny's suite.
Yeah.
So I'm texting JJ, and I'm like, come on out, man. I'm right outside the door. And I'm waiting like 5 minutes. He's not coming out. So I'm like, all right, screw it. He's probably having a good time. So I got up, started walking toward the press box, and there's a door right next to the press box where you come in if you're a part of the suites.
Right.
Here comes JJ and Blake.
Yeah.
2 drinks in hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Double fist.
They had just dealt with the hurricane outside.
Yeah, I was like, I need to. Yeah, it was a blast, man. It was cool.
That place was as loud as I've heard that place.
And Hard Rock's a good stadium,
college game,
especially with the reno and everything that has taken place. I haven't been down.
They have like a half roof, so it was raining the entire game, but most of the fans, you don't feel it.
Yeah, that's
But the field certainly did, and it certainly affected the game.
I was shocked that there weren't more Notre Dame fans there. There was I
agree.
It was 95% at Miami fans.
Yeah, because normally you get that alumni fan base that kind of comes out. They're everywhere. And so you would expect no matter desert, sunny Southern California, Florida.
They probably spent a lot of money on the playoff run last year.
That's true.
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
That's true too. I will say this. That's a really, 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 and I'll say it again, really good Notre Dame defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what Miami did to them, the way they ran the ball consistently, the way Carson basically played a flawless game. He had a great game.
So I think everyone was wondering.
That's an impressive win by Miami.
Right. Everyone was waiting and wondering to see what he would look like because new offense, better elbow. Mm-hmm. So what did you think, Big?
I mean, it looks like when I'm watching the game, it looks like Carson Beck was enjoying football again. Mm-hmm. And this is not a slight on Georgia or whatever. I saw him high-fiving. I saw him throwing up the U. I saw him engaged, enthusiastic about the throws and stuff that he was making, man. So it was good to see him play the way he played with the 2 touchdowns he threw and his poise. I mean, that was a good Notre Dame defense. They got after us a little bit. You know, we got beat on the inside, the left tackle and the left guard. And the first throw he threw to Tony, you know, he had to roll out because he had pressure from the left tackle, and he threw and made it outstanding. And then the second touchdown was just
well, there were 2 OBJ-type catches, and Vernell Brown, the third, had the first one. That was the highlight rip out of the University of Florida. Like, this is the greatest catch you'll see this weekend. And then Carson was falling and ripped it into the end zone with that one hand.
By the way, here's another thing, too.
Which was just unreal.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Malachi Tony.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. 17 years old.
Yeah.
And he looks like
they call him Baby Jesus.
He looks half the size of everyone else on the field, but he was amazing.
Is a baller.
Yeah. And who among us doesn't need a football Jesus on their team?
And not only that, they kept trying to get him the ball. I mean, from the first series they were throwing in the ball.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into all of it coming up. Like we said, we got to cover the big headlines and then we will just keep going with a lot of college ball. But a round of applause because it is game week for your Jacksonville Jaguars as well, as we are getting ready to welcome the other felines from the inaugural season 1995 to come in. Carolina v. Jacks. Panther on Jaguar. We'll find out how that one goes. We'll cover it all week long. But today, primarily college football. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
Get more Gators
and more Prosser and Hickett. Unfiltered
football insight, analysis, and critique from your breakfast buddies on the Swamp Sessions podcast
from Voodoo Brewing Company.
Right after every game.
Streamed live on the 1010XL social channels.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
This right here, this is where it starts. With a little flame and a lot of love. When the air cools or the night falls, fire brings the warmth. But it's what we bring to the table that matters. Slow smoked barbecue. Stories that stretch long. Laughter that lingers. And moments that just feel full. That's why it's always Sonny's here.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Football is back, and so is Prize Picks. You know what that means. It's time to play and win with America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Will DJ Lagway throw for more than 270.5 yards? Will Jeremiah Smith have more than 1.5 touchdown catches? It's just that simple. But here's the best part. Prize Picks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks invented FlexPlay, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. All Prize Pick withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure, and you can win. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code 1010XL and get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's $50 instantly when you play 5 with promo code 1010XL. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
I'm Max Fink, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators! For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacressporting.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Salto. Straight ahead inside the 10. Keeping his balance. Getting help from his friends. Finding his way to the goal line and in.
Here comes the judge. Litigated by Campione Law. Champions for justice.
All right, we got to do some judgments coming out of this weekend, particularly starting with that ball game. First off, though, Joe Tessitore, he rules, okay, as a college football play-by-play guy. If I put my hierarchy together right now, I still love Chris Fowler, one of the best voices out there.
McDonough. I think McDonough's the best now. I love Fowler, too.
Sean McDonough, Gus Johnson. But Tess is the best, man. I mean, he is just...
He's certainly got the most swag.
Yeah, he's excitable. He wants you to enjoy and embrace the moment. And there was some shocking revelations that came out of that game, and Tess delivered on that part. All right, so here we go. Let's do it.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right. Judgments time. Let's get into really all that we took in over the college football weekend. Campione Law, Champions for Justice, just opening up their St. Aug offices. So they are down there in the SJC ready to take care of you. Of course, right here in Duval County, a team of local attorneys. Make sure you reach out to them if you face any type of situation. It could be a personal injury, whatever it might be. They have expertise in so many fields. Make sure you log on, CampioneLaw.com, and get in touch with Chris and the crew at Campione Law. All right, so just think about this, fellas, and let's do some judgments. Who made the biggest case this week 1, that they are legitimate, the real deal? And then we'll follow that with who fell the furthest in the minds of many. So keeping this Alabama highlight in mind, let's start with the first. Who fell the furthest in the minds of many before we get to who made the biggest statement?
Who fell the furthest?
Yeah.
I mean, we want to say it together at the same time?
Yeah,
Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, so give me a reason why.
On both sides of the ball, man, they were soft. They got out physical by Florida State. I mean, Florida State ran the ball for almost over 200 yards on them. They used a misdirection. I mean, listen, Malzahn, Alabama's seen this before, okay? Gus Malzahn gives them hell every time he goes up against them.
Yeah.
The misdirection, the zone read and everything. For whatever reason, you can't do anything about it. It's on Alabama's side. So I think, and Alabama, 20 loaves? 20 loaves. Was it Dano? Dano was doing the film. He counted them, 20 loaves on ESPN.
20 of them.
20 of them.
All right, let me see if I have
Let me just say this to you. Now, we're at now game 14 of the Hall Pass.
Yeah.
14.
And you're calling with Kalen DeBoer. Yeah.
His tenure now at Alabama has officially reached Hall Pass level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I don't even know what I'm watching anymore when I watch Alabama.
Blows my mind.
It's not even remotely close to the same stratosphere as what it was with Saban. And imagine being Nick Saban, too, and having to watch that crap. Just having to sit there and watch that.
I think he loves it.
I don't think he does.
No way.
No. And I'll tell you why. Because he loves the players. That's number one. Number two, he sees it as what's going on with Kalen DeBoer and that staff. They're doing a disservice to those players.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he's pissed off about it.
And he's in the building. He's invested. He's emotionally attached to them because of the reason you just listed, but also because of everything he has done there. It's one thing to hand it off, and you don't expect that next guy to match you. But the feeling he has now versus when they were up against Georgia for a half of football and everyone said, oh, man, DeBoer's delivering like we never, ever could have imagined. He's going to be the next great Saban. To where he has fallen right now, they had 55 rushing yards in their opening drive against FSU. They had 29 the rest of the game. They don't play D, and they don't run the football. And when you think about it, I said earlier, they haven't been below 500 since the end of the 06 season. And when you think about it, man, they are poor in so many different areas. He's 9-5 with 4 of those losses coming against opponents outside of the top 25. Okay? Nick Saban, in his entire time there, had 4 losses in 16 seasons against unranked teams. 4. And this guy already has 4 against unranked teams right now. All right. So is it the opposite team that you saw that day that now is raised its profile?
That's impressed me the most?
Who impressed you the most?
I mean, it was close between Tennessee and Florida State, but the magnitude of the game against Alabama at home in Doak Campbell Stadium, man, I was impressed with Florida State. They're going to be trouble. They're going to be a little trouble down the stretch. I thought they played fast. They played furious. I think the defense got after it. The offensive line got after it. They ran the ball effectively. Like I said, Malzahn, I mean, same thing that he did at Auburn when he's got the athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure he had the athletes at UCF, but he's got the athletes in Florida State. It looks a lot faster. A lot faster than it did maybe a year ago or so. So he's got the athletes.
Yeah.
First, let me say Leon owes us all lunch after that bet. The bet.
I got your lunch.
Yeah. I got your lunch right here.
I got your lunch right here.
Secondly, before I get into to the positive, just real quick, since that high water mark of beating Georgia, okay, last year for Alabama,
right?
They're 5-5.
Yeah,
5-5,
and the other
with 4 losses as a double-digit favorite.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's remarkable how far it's fallen in such a short time.
And by the way, I had the wisdom and talent to put 2 teams that lost opening weekend in the Natty game. So them being one of them.
It's a long season, Joe. Long season.
It's true. It's true.
What are we calling this? Positive? The good or the bad?
Yeah. Like in other words, who rose?
All right.
Way
so for
above
me, rising way above than expected. Obviously, it's Florida State. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like we buried the league in the opening segment when we didn't mention them. They are head and shoulders at top of that.
Host.
It was a shot at the host. I will say this. I also want to acknowledge the LSU defense. Woo, buddy. They're going to be a problem for people this year.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good Clemson offense. That place, like I don't think I've heard Clemson that loud in, a long time.
Right.
That was a difficult environment. And defensively, what they did, the guys they picked up in the secondary, the guys they got off the edge.
Yeah, the Jack Pyburns of the world, too.
He didn't do a whole lot. And oh, by the way, welcome back Harold Perkins.
Yeah, because Harold was...
He blew his ACL out. And second year, after his fabulous freshman year, somebody made a brilliant decision to move him inside.
Right.
And that guy, by the way, used to be the linebackers coach of this franchise. Here.
Yeah.
That brilliant decision then was changed in year 3, but he blew out his ACL, I think, first game of the season. So he spends the entire year off, comes back, they put him right back where he was as a freshman, and he was killing Clemson.
Yeah, the guy with 2 first names is got a killer defense right now. And Blake Baker, this is what Brian Kelly originally went and got him for. When he plucked him originally and hired him last season, you didn't necessarily see the fruits of that labor come through, but now they were able to portal their way with a handful of good guys in on that side of the ball. And yeah, he blew your mind. And we will spend more time talking about all these coordinator hires and how they have
right. And these are all wild overreactions, all of us. Okay, but I was watching LSU and I'm thinking, yeah, and I'm watching Miami and I'm thinking, yeah.
So
those
that
are 2 teams that are going to go deep into that playoff.
And that defense clubbed Klubnik, one of the Heisman favorites.
Well, a really good offense too.
Yeah. So let's at least keep it going with the judgments, because let's just go from another one. Klubnik got clubbed. Arch. What in the Arch was going on up in Columbus? Because here's a guy that
reality
was
Joe.
Yeah, you better believe it. Ready to take the reins and basically assume his spot on top of the college football world after sitting patiently for 2 years behind what was eventually a 7th-round draft choice in Quinn Ewers.
Don't believe the hype.
Unreal. How did you... So, what was your observation? Ohio State, Texas. Let's make a judgment on that one.
Well, listen, first of all, he went up against a defense that had Matt Patricia, all right? Patriots, heard of them? Pretty damn good, all right? And I was watching Danny O again talk about how they were rotating the coverages. Coach Campo would love this. The field day, they were rotating the coverages, to walking down the safeties to confuse them. Never gave him the same look twice. And he was hesitant as far as the ball went. He had overthrows, he had underthrows, he threw the 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
They couldn't run the ball worth for you know what. Listen, it's one game. Does not make a season.
No, it does not.
I think he's going to improve. He's going to learn from this. The best thing about losing this game is that he's got film, and now he can learn from the mistakes that he made in this game, this crucial game that he played, and hopefully he gets better down the stretch.
And it doesn't take you out of the conference, right?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. But I will say this: we watched him play in those games. I mean, when he played against Mississippi State, he played against Louisiana, and even when he came in, especially when he came against Georgia, did anything he do make you think, oh, whoa, this is different?
I'll put it to you this way. When he was able to take off and run, and they had some design plays for him, his mobility definitely gave him another layer that other Mannings haven't had because he can move. But we're talking about an inaccurate passer with all these odd-looking throws that he had in this game against Ohio State. Matt Patricia is going to make things tough for a lot of quarterbacks.
People, yes,
so we'll say that.
That's also
but
Arch
Ohio State had looked lost.
Ohio State had 3 returning stars on defense. That was not an elite defense he was facing.
So they come out of the locker room and they go right down the field, bang, 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 and you're looking like, okay, they're going to get right back in this bad boy. Stat-wise, they won the day with the numbers that they had, but they were 3 of 12 on third down and 1 of 5 on fourth down. They were inside the 5 twice and came away with 0 points. The decision for Sark to call a sneak, all of a sudden, the passing game and the run game are both working, and then he starts calling consecutive plays with Arch handling the football. It was the nuttiest thing ever.
That wasn't Jalen Hurts back there, okay?
Yeah.
Same thing he did in the semifinal last year down inside the
just
10.
kind of lost
that
his
game
mind
too.
just a little bit.
Hey, by the way, the internet's undefeated. They had Peyton Manning, Eli Manning watching the game when Arch threw that interception, and they said, "Oh, he's adopted."
Oh my gosh! All right, so one more judgment just on these big games. So who is out of it already? Notre Dame loses, Clemson loses, Texas loses, Bama loses. Of these big games, who is out of it already? Just in your mind, it doesn't mean that like JJ said, long season.
Schedule-wise, Bama. If you look at their schedules, because all the at games they got to go to, at Florida State, at Georgia, all the at games, they don't play well on the road anymore.
There you go.
And they looked like the worst team out of all the losers this weekend.
They look soft with the T.
That's
soft. Yeah. That's the big problem. That's I would say none of them, because any of these guys can turn it around, even Alabama. But I mean, if you look soft like that, I mean, let's face it. We love you, Florida State. We love you, Florida State fans. We do, okay? They lost. They got pushed around by a team that won 2 games last year.
I can't listen. I will give FSU, with the surprise element of Gus Malzahn and what Tony White did on the defensive side. This is what Florida State fans used to have and could count on a regular basis, and then all of a sudden they just completely lost it on that side of the ball. And they were ferocious against Alabama. It may have been the laziness or the soft without a team.
No, I think it was Florida State taking it to them.
They did.
Who's the Alabama left tackle who's supposed to be a man-child? Was it Proctor?
Proctor, yeah.
Bro, he got pushed around.
Yeah.
He got beat inside. He got beat on spin moves and up the field move. I thought this is supposed to be a legitimate first-round pick.
And by the way, there were some grown men wearing garnet gold. That running back Chroma, holy cow. There were definitely a handful of those guys that we will bring up as we go along.
I will say this, Clemson might have problems. Not because I don't think
their defense did not show up.
I don't think they're good. No, I think their defense played really well.
Not the way I was expecting.
They held LSU to 17 points.
I understand that, but you get what I'm saying. Just in terms of the pass pressure on Garrett Nussmeier, that did not happen. And Nussmeier was pretty dang effective. The game plan was good. You just didn't see Parker, Woods, and company show up the way at least I expected.
I guess the reason I say
it was a low-scoring game.
The ACC is going to need 2 teams to get there, because I think Miami's winning the ACC, and that's going to put them in. So they need 2. If they can get 2 spots, I think Clemson's got a chance. But that's of that group, not including Alabama.
Yeah,
I think they have the biggest climb.
Clemson was 50% completion.
You got to tip your hat to LSU's offensive line, too, because I thought their front 7 at Clemson was going to feast.
Yeah, that's
the offensive line that was. I don't want to say it's makeshift, but you had a lot of interchangeable parts in the offensive line with LSU.
Also, what's a catch? Seriously, what's a catch?
Oh,
at some point we're just going to find out what a catch is.
100% rip job by the officials.
That was a clear touchdown at LSU, and
great play. And they got 0 points out of that.
Nothing.
And still won the ball game. Talking about LSU, it was a great throw, great catch. And the officials are jobbing and robbing teams. And I picked Clemson in the game, and it was just a rob job by the officials. All right, there you go. Judgments. We're judging what we saw coming out of the weekend. You guys can let us know, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Chime in on that. We will keep it going. It is XLP.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Denny Thompson here. Look, don't get left in the dark. We're all trying to reason with hurricane season, so at least be prepared. For top-of-the-line generators in Jacksonville, I turn to Tyson. Licensed pros at Tyson deliver reliable, whole-home standby generators and provide fast repair service. They even do custom installations for local businesses, so don't wait. Ensure seamless installation and peace of mind. Call Tyson now, 904-762-1000 for a free estimate on generator services. TysonInc.com.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkestone. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
I-9 Sports is geared up for fun for kids all over the First Coast with fall and winter registration open right now. Kids ages 3 to 17 get in the gym or on the field with I-9 Sports, covering Clay, Duval, and St. John's. And I-9 has all-girls flag football at Oakley, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast to take advantage of. Don't miss out. Registration open now for fall and winter at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I've been telling you about my daughter's journey with the Awaken 180 as she tries to lose a little weight. In fact, last week you heard from Amber herself. Well, let me give you an update. She's been in it just a little over 2 months. Amber has lost 51 pounds. That's a real number. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it happen. She has lost 51 pounds. And here's why. Awaken 180 is not a diet. It's a lifestyle change that is sustainable, and she has figured that out. She loves the journey. She loves the new recipes. She loves that she fits into her old clothes and she sleeps better and has more energy, and it is really, really working. She's proud, and man, am I proud of her. If you want to start your transformation, you can do the same thing. Call 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com. My daughter's lost 50 pounds, and she's so excited about it. You can as well. 844-346-1800 or awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, we got plenty of college football fans that soaked it all up over the weekend, and it came out as fast and furious. Friday night, War Eagle with a big win over Baylor. That was impressive for Hugh Freeze and company as they unveiled that new offense with Jackson Arnold, a dude who ran for more yards than he threw for. And you got all the Saturday action, Sunday night, Monday night.
Georgia Tech in Colorado was on Friday,
true, too. Yeah, true.
Feels like a week and a half ago.
It really does, man, because it just came at us so fast. And we all know how long you wait for it and then how quickly it is thrown at you and then disappears before you know it. So soak it up, people. Soak it up. You got all the college ball from last week. The NFL opening week Thursday night is just 2 nights away, and we will be knee-deep in the NFL as well. So
You're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
Oh, yeah. All right, so off the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, we need to get to a handful of these responses because when you're talking about the way all these games looked, you might have some of the natural over-the-top reactions to it. That team is great. That team sucks. You can't help it. And when we go to Ohio State, Texas, that was, for a lot of people's money, number 1 versus number 2. Defending national champion with another team that was stacked and loaded, and they did play a fairly close game. So you don't know exactly what Texas is going to end up looking like, what Arch is going to end up looking like. We said in the pre-show, Julian Sayin wasn't great, but he was good enough. And Ohio State, with Ryan Day having said goodbye to a handful of superstars, is now got to turn right around and put another good product back on the field. And he may have done it in a short amount of time, especially with those coaching hires.
Yeah, but be honest with you. The first half, bro, was underwhelming. We were all texting each other, right? How boring the game was.
Right.
I mean,
the million of completion comment that you had.
Yeah, I say that was Arch Manning new NIL deal. He had 5 completions at halftime, $1 million of completion.
Yeah, I don't know that either one of those teams did anything really special.
Yeah,
that made you think, they're going to win the national title, or they could win it.
But maybe the main reason is because it was good on good.
That's I don't know. You can tell.
There was no star power. There was no star power on either side. I mean, you could even tell the frustration of your boy, the wide receiver from Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith wasn't getting the ball, was a little frustrated, taking his helmet off and all that kind of stuff.
He dropped a couple, too.
He dropped 2 or 3.
Yeah, he did. And so, like, off the text line, Matt, what did you just say? Ohio State doesn't have an elite defense. Guess they'll have to show you. And so I'm looking at that game, and it was. I just thought it was a couple of heavyweights that were swinging pretty good and trying to figure themselves out. Look, it was game 1. Trying to figure themselves out offensively. They weren't the only ones that were trying to do that. The other ones came out looking sharp as attack.
Right. That was 14-7 that game, correct?
Yeah.
So LSU Clemson was 17-10.
Right.
I felt way better about the LSU Clemson game than I did the Ohio State Texas.
It's funny because I'm trying to measure both of these, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. You said that what LSU's defense did was pretty good, or yeah, that's what you said. LSU's defense was pretty good, and it was 100%.
Right, on a 3-year starting quarterback.
Yes, but I get it.
Texas is going against a guy who threw 24 passes in his career.
I get it. These things are supposed to hum. We've seen them hum.
And a team that didn't really have a running back that didn't even play for them last year.
Yeah. Well, the other guys, like Quinshon Judkins, didn't play for them the year before, but he came out looking pretty damn good.
Right, but that's Quinshon Judkins. He also had Travion Henderson with him, too.
Yeah, it's a little different. Miami's legit, says one of our texters. You take a look at some of the other ones. Should Miami and FSU run the table until they meet in a few weeks? Holy smokes.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. And he said it seems likely.
So Miami plays Florida before that.
Yeah, I was telling Miami fans and Florida State fans, I want them both undefeated when we go on the dope.
And for the Florida Gators part in this, you were happy to see DJ Lagway go out and look the part. They might have gotten off to a little bit of a slow start, had to settle for a couple field goals. But then once he got it going, he looked pretty good against a very bad Long Island team.
I've seen a lot of games with Florida. That might have been the worst opponents ever played at that.
It was a
Florida
terrible team. And so you can't
Bulls could have beat them.
Yeah, you can't take anything out of it. But at the same time, you wanted to see some of your star power. Now, after they get through Long Island, three of the next 4 weeks are against top 10 opponents. That's
Joe, I'm not kidding. Like Mater Dei, who played Aquinas last weekend.
Yeah, well, they didn't win either, so I don't know if you put them up against.
No, but Mater Dei crushed Aquinas.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you said Aquinas. Yeah.
My point is, if Mater Dei was playing in that game, they would have beaten Long Island. And rather easily, too, actually.
You're a nut when you say stuff like that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not, because they would have. That team was terrible.
They were terrible.
They were bad.
But don't throw the high school win.
They weren't. They looked like a high school team out there. They were small.
They were bad.
They were. Yeah. 86 yards total. That's what they had. 86 yards total.
Oh, my.
And y'all had no penalties for no yards?
Yeah. Hey,
really?
Listen, if you have to buy the refs to guarantee a win over Long Island, you do it, okay? You do whatever you got to do. All right.
You should be embarrassed playing that game.
Oh,
Seriously.
give me a break. Did I just tell you?
It's embarrassing what they did.
Are you kidding me? And then the next handful of games. And remember, FAMU had to get out of the game.
Texas is going to Ohio State. Wait, now you're saying them getting out of FAMU would have been a different. So FAM would have been a different game.
Slightly better than LIU.
I agree with that.
Yes, you better believe it. FAMU greater than LIU. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
No
that.
question.
Yeah, but anyway, it just
You better put your big boy pants on this week, buddy.
They better.
USF
South Florida's
rolling into
coming.
the swamp.
Yeah, and so what in the world are you even talking about for the next 11 games that they play? Like I said, 3 of the next 4 weeks will be against top 10 opponents, and South Florida pretty dang good too. So give them a little respect. Unbelievable. As Timmy Brando says to Rick Ballou.
No, we do it just to get you all riled up.
Yeah,
You know
but
that, right?
I just like LIU will be in the rearview mirror, and you'll be lauding who the standard SEC schedule that all these teams play. They are.
Hey, at least Ole Miss played like Georgia State.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
An FBS school. You know.
Much better. Give me a break. Nevada was a 44-point dog to Penn State. They're a better football team, but still a 44-point dog. And hey, they'll put this in the record books. First shutout for Florida at home since, I don't know, like 2006 or something like that. So
you got that going for you.
It counts.
Which is nice.
Put that in the record book. All right, let's get back to FSU, because when we talk about what did change a lot of people's minds going into this season about who's who and what's what, you would probably agree, had the biggest statement type of game compared to what you were thinking. So let's get back on that subject coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. New coaches.
The future. That's truly what's exciting.
New players.
I bring the juice every day.
New season.
We've done some great things this offseason.
This is where the dream begins. And Duval is downright ready.
Time to go.
Now, it's for real. Jaguars, Panthers, Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010XL.
Nothing like a hot shower. Wait, why is the water up to my ankles?
It's the dreaded clogged shower drain. Hair, soap scum, and last week's mystery goo.
It's touching my toes!
Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. We'll tackle plumbing, septic, and even the nastiest shower clogs. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the duck.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 2nd, 1978, the Yankees right fielder Reggie Jackson hits his 20th home run of the season, the 19th major league player to hit 20 home runs in 11 straight seasons.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. I always brag on what you guys have on-road and off-road. But Greg, tell everybody about what's happening on the water, because you got loads of opportunity.
We do. We've got lots of boats in stock. We got the Honda 19-foot Fisher Runabout. We've got the Coach pontoons, all of them with that legendary Honda motor and legendary Honda reliability, which you always want when you're out on the water.
You could be cruising along the Intercoastal or out on the ocean, but check it out. Facebook page ready for all of you to see, Cycles of Jacksonville, or their showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to American-Electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Hey, it's Vegas time. This is former Jags linebacker Tom McManus from Helmets and Heels, and we want you to come and join us once again in Las Vegas for the Raiders game weekend. If you've not been to the Circus Stadium Swim, you're missing out on 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive 143-foot screen with all the current sports betting action. Plus, all you Jaguar fans are invited to huddle up with Helmets and Heels at the Overhang Bar with our pregame tailgates on Friday with drink specials and special giveaways.
Lauren Brooks here. Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, and myself will be broadcasting Helmets and Heels live on air from a Stadium Swim Cabana on Friday, October 31st. Then hosting the wildly popular Jacksonville Huddle Up Friday evening at the Overhang Bar inside Circa. If you were there last year, you know you won't want to miss it. If you've already booked your flight to Vegas for the big game and are still searching for accommodations, stay where we're staying at Circa Resort and Casino from October 30th to November 3rd.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's incredible. Oh, glory to God. I mean, I've been so blessed the opportunity to coach these great players, to be at this wonderful institution. It's truly special. And newly renovated Doak Campbell Stadium, all the investment, all the support, all the great former players that were here with us tonight. I mean, this is for them. Just so grateful that the good Lord was with us tonight, and I'm proud of all our guys prepared, and they showed who they were tonight.
We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
So, Mike Norvell, that was his comment on the field after the game, and he's right. The atmosphere was there. We talk about the electricity of the home stadium, and when they got all their renovations done, they were ready to come out firing. Everyone was thinking they were going to come out for a paddling instead of a thumping, and they controlled the emotion of the game, the flow of the game, the scoreboard. You have to give Florida State a lot of credit. You got to give Mike Norvell a lot of credit for what he was able to do with 2 key hires, Leon, on both sides of the ball. Not only Gus Malzahn, but what Tony White did defensively.
Yeah, both of them did. Both of them did a fabulous job on the defensive side. Well, they running a 3-3-5 now, some kind of defense. I had never seen the. I call it exotic. yeah. And then Gus Malzahn, he did what he did. Listen, I was impressed with Florida State. Really was. The way they played, the energy they played with, the way that they got after Alabama. They out-physical them, they out-toughed them. I mean, it was. Alabama looked soft. They looked soft on both sides of the field. And that's attributed to the fact that Florida State stayed on them from the beginning to the end. I was a little nervous the first drive where Alabama went straight down and scored a touchdown. Mm-hmm. But Florida State responded, and they responded well. So, I tormented them all last year when they went 2-10, so it was good to see. They stormed the freaking field. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. After that horrible season last year, I kind of gave them a pass.
Oh, they needed to exercise some demons, that's for sure.
Yeah. And thank God we won on Sunday because the former players were just texting me, take that, Cersei, take that, Cersei. I was rooting for y'all. They were like, no way you rooting for. I said, bro, I'll pick the whole state to win. And they didn't believe me.
I couldn't even go on Twitter on Saturday because I was just like, it's going to be
what was going to be said.
If there's one thing that's worse than an FSU fan that after they lose, it's after they win.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
They're
Good for them.
insufferable. They're insufferable.
I'm the same.
But I love it because that's what college sports is all about. Love it. Keep it up. Keep it going.
Yeah, speaking of storming the field, no shivs, at least as far as I know, there weren't any. They stormed the field. I love the headline. The ACC, give me a break. Say what you want to say, what you mean instead of this. Florida State fined for violation of ACC event security policy.
$50K.
That's how it read. The event security policy, and it's only $50,000 compared to what is the SEC right now?
I think it's $250,000.
That's what I thought. And so ACC says, give me 50. but you guys can do whatever you want, and then we'll send out something that we're scolding you.
Well, $50,000 in ACC dollars is like $5 million.
I was going to say, to be fair, $50,000 in Florida State is a lot of money right now.
That's hefty. That's hefty. All right, so let's just stay on the game, stay on the teams, a little bit more FSU than Alabama, because we know that Kalen DeBoer has got his challenges. They are on him. But the fact that the defense was able to basically eat up everything that Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb were supposed to be bringing to the table offensively. Ty Simpson, you can say he sucked, you can clobber him, but he was fighting for his life basically the whole day. Like you said, the Caden Proctors of the world, they were worked by that Florida State defense. Give that side of the ball.
And Tyson didn't have any help. They couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, so they made it one-dimensional. And so they Florida State say, you can't beat us. Your first time starting, you can't beat us. We're going to stop the run, and we're going to make you the quarterback beat us, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, let's be honest. He's just a guy, man.
He is.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been saying all along. He's just a guy.
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it with Ryan Grubb as the offensive coordinator, and I thought that there would be a chance that you would see more than what you hadn't seen up until this point, because you didn't know he was, quote, a 5-star but never really beat anybody out. And so he comes rolling in, and the atmosphere was great. He may grow into a better player when he gets back to T-Town and can play at home. But the defense and really the attitude that they had on that side of the ball, flying around, blowing people up. One of our texters earlier, you think Alabama misses Earl Little Jr.? One of your old phenoms. How old were they when you were coaching?
He was 8 years old.
He was 8 years old.
I was his flag football coach.
Yeah. And Earl Little Jr. made himself some plays the other day.
He did.
Alabama misses Mac Jones. Alabama misses Waddle and Devonta Smith.
Yes.
That's what Alabama misses.
But here's the other part of it.
Alabama misses Nick.
Yeah, I was going to say the other part of it is they were getting coached by somebody else that made sure they were all great. Ryan Williams is still a great player, but is getting killed because there's nothing else out there to take a defense's attention away.
The most insulting thing was Alabama fans saying that Ty Simpson was going to be Mac Jones. Like number one, like Mac Jones is just a guy, which is ridiculous. Mac Jones played at the same time as Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. But Ty Simpson played at the same time as Jalen Milroe and couldn't win the job for 4 years.
Yeah, but Mac did wait his turn, so that's probably what they're saying is that when he finally got on the field.
Right, but my point is Mac didn't get on the field because he had two studs there.
Yeah, I get that part of it. This is now to the FSU side instead of the Bash Alabama side, because you did say Florida State you had a feeling was going to be better in this game than most people thought. So we're focusing on that side.
I just thought they'd play hard because you could just tell by the way he shut it down in the offseason. He wasn't talking to anybody. He wasn't allowing people into the program. They came here to practice for 2 days, and typically when they do that, it's wide open. Anybody can come watch them, and he shut that down. There was something going on there. I think he was trying to completely get them zeroed in on it's just about us, not about anything else. And I think last year, after that, whatever you want to call it, snub, whatever, they weren't snubbed. Their quarterback got injured, okay? That's why they didn't make the
being
playoffs.
left out of the playoffs.
Had nothing to do with Kirk Herbstreit. So I think they were so zeroed in on that, still zeroed on that. And I think he doubled down with guys that didn't fit his philosophy and what he wanted to do, guys that were former big recruits like Marvin Jones Jr.
Right.
Brought him in there, and it just didn't work. And then the worst move of all was bringing DJU in there, and it all fell apart. And I think this offseason he was like, no, screw it. We're going back to what I know best, and I'm shutting it down. And they did. And they went out there, and they played lights out in that game. You got to give them a ton of credit, man.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now, because you think about it, the shutting it down part, I get it. I feel like he was trying to, like you said, wall everybody else off, insulate everybody inside the program. It's we are one, that type of stuff. But then also just the organizational change from the coordinator level to the intensity to the attention to detail level. They played with intensity and attention to detail, which if you go back, Florida State has suffered from some of that. And he was on them big time during this offseason to make sure that the accountability was up.
Tony White's one of the best DCs in the country. Yeah. We all know what Gus has done. I think he saw what Tommy Castellanos did to his team 2 years ago, that unbeaten team in Boston College, where they won by 2, and Tommy threw for 300 and ran for 100. So he's if you look at all of that, I think it's as much that as it is the entire offseason prior to last year.
Yeah.
All they talked about was the season before when they got screwed. Mm-hmm. And I think he was done with that. I think he was done with the whole idea of we got screwed. Why did this happen to us? This is Kirk. It was Kirk Herbstreit and ESPN and the SEC, and we're getting out of the ACC. And we're going to the Big Ten and all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now this offseason, he's like, no, we are playing ball. And I think that's what they did the entire offseason. Yeah, just about ball.
Yeah, got to give them credit. We'll see where it goes from here because they do look like they were shot out of a cannon in terms of what people expected. You guys dig into that, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. That game, any of the other big ball games. Let's work some NFL news coming up in the 1 o'clock hour and then also look back at everything else that happened over the weekend on XLP.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. From the huddle to the perfect spiral.
We invite you into the lab so that you can truly learn the quarterback position.
The quarterback whisperer. He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Wrapped up by George Moore Chevrolet and Tyson Sound and Security on 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the Constellation Furyk and Friends presented by Circle K. October 3rd through 5th at Timuquana Country Club. Catch the new community concert series on the 17th hole after play featuring country artists Low Cash and Love and Theft. Public parking is free with complimentary tournament access for military, courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get tickets now for the Constellation Furyk and Friends presented by Circle K, starting at just $25 at Ticketmaster.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman. We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Joe C. When was the last time you flushed out your water heater? Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan. So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059. Roland Reese Plumbing.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
On game day, you trust your team. On storm day, trust the people's roofer, Morgan Conley Roofing. Born here, built here, staying here. MorganConleyRoofing.org. License number CCC 1333544.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. The following players have been named the Jaguars captains for the 2025 season: Trevor Lawrence, Josh Hines-Zalian, Foye Oluokun, Logan Cook, Jordan Lewis, and Robert Hainsey. Cohen says the captains were decided by player vote late last week. Right now, 82 degrees at 101. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. The Weekend Rewind, brought to you by Cycles of Jacksonville, the big boy toy store for big boy toys.
What happened this weekend?
The Irish cannot win in Miami.
Under pressure, off his backside, up for grabs, and caught! C.J. Daniels, a tremendous one-handed catch.
Free catch by Gator.
Gator there, Lagway throwing on the run. Wow, what a catch! One-handed grab, third down, Brown the third.
FSU looks great.
Holmes, short side of the field, trying to get the pylon, and he does. Listen to this place roar.
Bill is in hell.
Ball is loose, a scoop and a score, and racing for the end zone is Devin Deal. And to borrow from my friend Rich Eisen, TCU has busted out the whooping stick.
Texas struggles in Ohio.
Looks like they're going to do the push, and they don't get in. Ohio State does it again. Nebraska, Penn State last year. And right now, Texas.
And right now, Texas left out of the end zone. Unbelievable.
Not enough tush to push.
No, and you don't do what Jalen Hurts does on a regular basis if you're Arch Manning. And they didn't even line up for a tush push because he's a stick figure compared to Jalen Hurts. And he doesn't squat nearly as much. Bottom line is 0 points, 2 trips inside the 5-yard line. And they came away with nothing. Nada. 1 of 5 on fourth downs. Steve Sarkisian became the Doug Peterson of fourth down calls. It seemed like
again,
as the game unfolded. Yeah,
that's the scary part. Is again he did the same thing in the playoffs last year.
Yes, yeah, and I love aggressiveness. I always will. The new metrics and analytics point to keep trying to test the level of success on fourth down. Test that defense because you're going to win. You're going to get 7 points. And if you only are successful 1 out of 3 times, whatever the number might be, that it's still worth it. But 1 out of 5 was 0 points in a tight game.
Plus, they were running the ball effectively with 2 different running backs. And they get their first and goal, and he runs Arch on quarterback power.
Yeah, and he did it.
Why?
Yeah, he did it twice.
3 of the 4 plays were Arch and quarterback
exactly,
powers.
Exactly. And I don't know whether that was an Arch decision or a Sark decision.
Why doesn't anybody go over the top anymore? The Walter Paytons of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just leap and lunge. Get over the top.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while.
We haven't seen that in a while. Go airborne.
So there you go. The Weekend Rewind.
There's only one sweetness, man.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
All about the big ball. Cycles of Jacksonville. They got big deals for you right now. Look on their Facebook page. Go to cyclesofjacks.com and just check out everything they got and find that showroom right there on Atlantic near Regency. Chock full of all sorts of fun stuff to finish out the summer strong or head into the fall. They got it all. That's for sure. All right, so we've been staying on primarily the big ball games. There were a few other ones that we definitely need to lean in on and talk a little bit more about, which we will do coming up. But let's just go back. RJ listed the captains in his update for your Jaguars, and Liam Cohen was talking about it yesterday as they were getting ready for game week, taking on the Carolina Panthers. And the guys basically the way they put the whole captain vote together. Here's your head coach.
Offensively, Trevor Lawrence, Robert Hainsey. Defensively, Foye, Josh Hines-Allen, Jordan Lewis. Specialist, Logan Cook. Those will be our 6 captains for the season. We'll probably do a game captain to rotate in with those guys throughout the season, but those will be the 6 captains for the season. Yeah, we did a team vote before we left for the mini break there, and all of it, nice thing is you didn't have to fudge it to get kind of what you wanted. It was pretty clear. Pretty clear based on the votes and the ballots that these were the 6 guys that got the most. There was a ton of guys that, you could have bumped up potentially. You just don't have enough spots. You only have 6 of them, but it was cool to acknowledge the amount of people that did receive votes throughout the team. That was nice to see, especially some of the guys that may not have ever been voted for in the past that did receive some votes, and kind of shows that those guys are making an impact. So it wasn't hard to get to the 6 guys.
All right, there you go. Liam Cohen, courtesy of Jaguars.com.
Let me just say this. First of all, it's a tremendous honor when your teammates vote you in as captain. I was never voted in at the beginning of the season as captain, but I was rotated in during the back end of the season. Nice. And most of the time, you're rotated in based upon your play. You set a certain standard. But if you start the season as the captain, that means that there's some leadership involved, there's hard work involved, there's some consistency involved that your teammates see about you to vote you as the captain.
No Dewey?
Yeah. No Dewey, yeah.
First thing I thought of.
What the hell is that
That's
about?
the very first thing I thought of. How could Dewey Winger not be one of those guys?
He was the only guy calling out this team last year in the locker room.
I think he's the OG in the locker room, though, okay?
He was calling
garners
out
respect.
He was calling out the team when he wasn't making no plays.
True.
All right, so let's make this.
He wasn't on the field.
Even more reason not to talk.
Right, but I think he wasn't on the field because they for some reason.
You know how Leon feels about guys on the training table.
Right, but the lead guitarist wanted somebody else back there.
It's always the coach's fault, never the player's fault.
It was definitely Rick's fault. I can tell you that right now.
All
right, let's make it the 10-10 take and just stay on this for a second.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
Dewey or no Dewey, you can do some good barbecue by dropping by any one of your area's Sonny's. Load up on some of those tremendous sides. The all-you-can-eat ribs, you cannot go wrong. So make sure you drop on by. Lunch, dinner, party plans, whatever it might be. Make sure you check out Sonny's. To Dewey or not to Dewey, I do get it. But the one thing that jumps out at me is that 1/3 of your captains are free agent signings. One of them was a guy that you wondered about. Wait a minute, this guy lost his job. And the other guy is an aging veteran, and also a well-paid guy at the nickel position. But both of them immediately came in and put some leadership out there for this football team. And I think we would all agree they need vocal leaders, okay? Not lead by example, vocal leaders who are willing to challenge other players to be better. Jordan Lewis, he fashions himself as a talker, but he also is accountable, and they love what they've gotten from him on the defensive side. And then Robert Hainsey has come in and basically said, you know what? We've got to be a better offensive line for this team to have success, and he challenged them. So I like that. That's the 10-10 take. The other usual suspects are there, but those two are noobs.
Yeah, what's interesting about these guys is that you've got to have the ability to call people to the carpet when they're not playing well.
Yeah.
And at some particular point in this season, this team is going to face adversity. I don't know, some first 7 games or in the back end or whatever. Hopefully you're making a playoff push, but the first 7 games before the bye, there's going to be some adversity. This team, you're hoping the team plays well, but you got to be able to call guys out, but you got to be playing well yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be playing well enough to tell guys, hey, that's not enough. That's not good enough. We need more out of you on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what you're hoping that your team captain is able to do when you face a little adversity during the season.
It's more bring it, don't sing it.
Yeah. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah. And so if they get that leadership out of there, and then there'll be weekly captains, like you said, you were named the captain during the season, that you just want to hopefully foster all these guys stepping up and growing into something better than what we have seen.
That's the key more than anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
look,
Trevor Lawrence got to play better. Josh Hines-Allen got to play better.
And both captains.
That's two captains, the two guys that make more than anybody else on your team, the two guys that are the most important foundational players, franchise players on your team, have to play well.
Okay, so let's just
for them to win. It's not even a question. There's no other way to even look at that. Like they have to play at an elite level if this team's gonna like win a division.
Yeah, and Tyson Campbell, where is he at in all this?
Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about the big money players, Tyson Campbell's one, Walker Little's one, right?
Yeah, not a big, but yeah, he
big enough.
Did get paid. Big enough.
Certainly big enough, right? On this team anyway.
Yeah.
Got to play. He's got to play well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trayvon Walker's a big money guy just from the first contract, the number one overall contract.
Yeah, it's going to be
he's got to play better.
Yeah, if he gets his new deal. But
he's got to play more consistently in the pass rush. He's very good against the run. But against the pass rush, I mean, double-digit sacks is fantastic, okay? I'm not minimizing that. But if he gets some kind of second or third move, my God, imagine how good he could be.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine how good he could be.
So you guys chime in 641-1010. You like the captain's selection. You like where the team is basically sitting at heading into opening week. Sunday, we will have it all. Cannot wait to see all the fandom around the stadium on Sunday. Remember, everybody needs to leave early. We'll be beating that drum all week long because the traffic was definitely a little more of a challenge. The only preseason game you got to get out there against the Steelers. So make sure you plan well in advance and listen to our kickoff show as you're getting ready. We got all sorts of things planned for you for game day Sunday, including the fifth quarter with now not only Big Sirs and Hacker back, but now Coach Gerald Ingram will assume the chair that Coach Campo was in, and looking forward to that. We'll hear from both of our coaches, Mark Duffner and Gerald Ingram, a little bit later on this week, along with our head coach, Coach Campo, as he moved to Dallas. That'll all be part of your build-up to game day for the season opener against the Panthers.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number One Duval Ford, the number one place to buy your next vehicle. What could Jacksonville do better? Find out from one of our best ever as David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today, Monday from 10 to noon. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Football's back, and so is Prize Picks. You know what that means. It's time to play and win with America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Will Brian Thomas have more or less than 74.5 yards against Carolina? Will Jaden Daniels have more or less than 228.5 passing yards against the Giants? It's just that simple. Now, here's the best part. PrizePicks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. PrizePicks invented FlexPlay, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. All PrizePicks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure, and that's how you win the big dough. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's 1010XL to get $50 instantly when you play 5. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
Yo, you already know it's your main man ET, and no one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails, served over ice balls, local craft beers, and handcrafted whiskey cocktails. Rounded out with adventurous drink menus, second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree drafts. Check them out now on Atlantic and Kernan. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views. Come on, somebody.
Prosser here again for Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts you can trust. You might think you have a struggle ahead, but Chad and Sandy always have a solution, and ultimately it ends in a success story. Jacksonville area homes are selling, but getting the right price requires aggressive marketing and proven systems. Hiring the experts who know how to create demand is crucial. You need Chad and Sandy Newman. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, stress-free. But, man, they deliver with the promises. The local real estate experts you can trust. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Oh, and the proof is out there. Tom and Nicole in Mandarin. I got a new job in Louisiana. We found a new home. Now we'd have to sell fast to avoid paying 2 mortgages. Chad and Sandy did it. Use them today. ChadandSandy.com. That's ChadandSandy.com.
It's the Gator Podcast Channel with Frank Frangie and me, Dan Hicken, on all things Gators. Hacker and Denny Thompson have Gator Bites, and you can find them wherever you find podcasts or at 1010XL.com. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein and Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein and Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein and Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
FSU fan fired up coming out of the weekend. They got an extra day before going back to work to enjoy it. Kudos to those on the reservation with the renovation and a packed stadium, loud and proud, going up against Alabama. And the Alabama fans came in there. Oh, that one was saucy when he decided to flip the finger at the camera.
He knew he'd be a meme.
No, he knew he would be. And I immediately took a picture of it and tweeted it out and put Tommy Castellanos' quote up there. And it's funny because Castellanos did some talking. Brian Kelly did some talking about Death Valley Jr. and Nick ain't there to save him. And those were two of the memorable off-season quotes you guys would have to say.
Deontay Lawson did some talking too.
Yeah.
From Alabama. Remember? All disrespect will be, what did he say? All disrespect will be whatever. It'll be taken care of.
And then the other defensive player.
All disrespect will be addressed, he said.
The other defensive player that said, just glad to know that Julian Sam, when they announced that Sam would be the starting quarterback, he goes, I just want to know which one it is so I can sack him. And so Texas was talking too, expecting to be able to do their thing defensively against Ohio State. Didn't quite work out.
Don't write a check, you know what,
You can't cash. Yep. All right.
And there was a lot of Notre Dame people texting me all off season, and it's crazy. I haven't seen you guys on the text line today.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
There's a few that pop off on that text line.
Dude, there is, and I haven't seen any of them today.
I'll get out.
Bro, and how many times did they play Catholics versus convicts over the weekend?
Dude.
Oh, my God.
And if you look at one of the other numbers.
Jeez. The reason why I say that is because when we played Notre Dame, we smashed them 58-7, 24-0, whatever. And then they win a game by 1 point, and it's just this magical game and fairy tale ending and all this. And then we smash them again in 2017, and then we beat them this time. And I'm like, well, we got the magic, but we don't show it on TV all the time.
So
not only that, they're calling you convicts, bro.
I know.
I like that we embraced that, though. There was so many people, fans at the game, wearing like prison outfits.
Oh yeah,
it was just hilarious.
Yeah, we are who we are.
Yeah, exactly.
And we welcome it. But I'm looking for the number here, and this is what Miami's got to fight off. Okay, the Hurricanes are 2-0 against Notre Dame as a top 10 team. Okay, that's pretty good with a couple of games that you guys have played recently. But your total record against AP top 10 opponents over the past 10 years is 2-8. Okay,
different team.
Yeah, haven't won one since 2017.
2-0 against Notre Dame.
Yeah,
2-8 total against top 10 teams, and so that's that next step that Mario's got to prove that he's turned a corner. Corey Heatherman did a pretty dang good job defensively. Again, that was his first start for C.J. Carr, and he had his moments.
He looked great.
Yeah,
he's going to be a spectacular player.
And he just made one or two mistakes that were obviously
here's
costly.
Here's the thing, though. More than likely, when Miami plays to Florida and plays to Florida State, they won't be top 10, so we don't have to worry.
They might be.
All right, so here, off the heels of that, okay, here's a texter.
That was subtle. I like that.
Yeah, Big Dave on the south side. He goes, I think Mike Norvell's doing a good thing. And right now I'm saying Clemson, Florida, Miami, you're all on notice for Florida State. Ain't coming just to play. Ain't coming just to play to try and keep it close. They're coming to dominate. So you deal with it, says Big Dave on the south side.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah. Listen,
look, JJ doesn't like this. He doesn't like this at all, man. He's really nervous right now.
I'm not. We got Florida, dude. I mean, Florida comes before Florida State. USF comes before Florida. So
let's not forget.
I'm on the Bethune Saturday, honestly.
Exactly.
That's what I'm worried about.
Let's not forget Florida State.
Yeah, I'm Belichick.
I mean, Florida State right now is 3-10. Okay, let's keep it 100.
Yeah, you just beat a team who's 5-5 in their last 10. Cool.
Yeah, over the last 13.
And you storm the field.
Yeah, they're 3-10.
See, so this is what happened with Leon. He goes from last week where I'm for everybody.
Yeah.
But then once that week is over, then it becomes 3-10.
Once FSU actually won and he realized what happened, he's like, this kind of sucks.
First of all, for me to embrace the whole state, knowing that we got to play them. First of all, that's called progress. It's called growth. It's called growth.
You've always been orange and blue to the death.
No, it's orange and blue to the death. It's called growth. It's called growth.
Thank you. I do love it.
But let's pump the brakes a little bit now. Florida State's 3-10.
So Bush Drive Rich, Florida State made a statement this weekend and told everyone that FSU is back at least for 1 year.
Who would win against Long Island or Alabama?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure at this point.
That's a hell of a game, is what it is.
Great question, actually.
Hell of a game. What team had the better quarterback than FSU this weekend? Asked Bush Drive Rich. So there were definitely, I'll just tell you this. The cat last night for TCU, the Horned Frog, Hoover. I'm going to call him Hooker. I guarantee you.
He's a good player.
I'm going to call him Hooker all year long. But Hoover's a good player. Yeah. Okay. Joey Aguilar looked pretty dang good.
He did.
Beck, back and healthy, looked pretty dang good. Nussmeier, he vaults to the top in terms of Heisman.
C.J. Carr looked pretty
numbers.
dang good.
He did. He really did.
But for Ruben Bain just like crushing that. The Notre Dame offensive line, it could have been a different game.
Dude, Carr got hit hard a few times in that game and got right back up, man. Like their quarterback runs were probably their best offensive weapon the whole game.
Yeah, he's big and sturdy. Now, he ain't going to run those run plays like Riley Leonard all day, but he definitely has.
I'll tell you what, he got a lot with his legs in that game.
Yeah, he did.
A lot.
Listen,
and when things break down, you got to know what to do, and he reacted well to it.
Hey, listen, I got texts from Coach Campo on those breakdowns by Miami during the game.
Terrible.
He was on point. Coach was like livid.
Especially at the very end where the tight end got like wide open. It was giving me flashbacks of 2024 Miami defense. But all in all, the defense was so much better than last year.
Okay, so
not even close.
And here's what happened. There were two teams that you weren't quite sure, and I'm probably leaving somebody out, but at a minimum, two teams that played butt-bad defense last year, and those butt-bad defensive games kept them out of the playoff, and it was LSU and Miami. And both teams basically looked and said, we have got to be better on that side of the ball. Brian Kelly had already hired Blake Baker, but he goes and he fills up the funnel with good transfer portal players. And then Miami, of course, goes out and gets Corey Heatherman, says goodbye to what was and hello to what.
And an entirely new secondary.
Yeah, they really, and they do, like with the Earl Littles and some of the other guys that came in there, they look like they can match the offense that Miami can put out. Because Miami, like we said earlier,
go that far.
Well, we know Miami's offense isn't going to be like last year's, but they're not going to have to be.
It's also not like Alabama's offense. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to reserve a little bit on Florida State first.
Game's still like a month plus away.
Yeah, but I mean let's let that play out a little bit.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying that defense, we just talked about the defensive teams that held the other teams down. They did give up 24, but at the same time, it was a well-managed game on that side of the ball.
No doubt. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think what both new coordinators did, both at Florida State and Miami, was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
All three, I should say.
And I believe I read the stat last week. Miami was 65th against the run last year, I'm pretty sure, and they buttoned that part of it up too. Now, that was against Jeremiah Love and company.
He only had 33 yards.
Yeah, that's a pretty good litmus test.
If you take away the blown coverage, I would guess, and I didn't go over the numbers, I would guess that Notre Dame probably had maybe 4 explosion plays.
Yeah.
Which is, against last year's Miami defense, that would have been like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, you take a look at A&M, and we'll bring up some of these other games later on in the week. They had over 200 yards rushing against them from Texas San Antonio. And Elko, that's his side of the ball, and you expect
they play Notre Dame
more. Yeah, because they had that series back and forth between the two. They got to go up to South Bend, but they end up winning comfortably. But they just, when you give up that amount on the ground, you can't help but take notice. What else outside of?
I mean, the big win was Auburn at Baylor. That was huge.
Yeah, War Eagle Friday night. Yeah,
and at first, the beginning of the game, you're like, well, Auburn looks like they're in trouble already.
And
they were phenomenal in the second half.
Yeah, and I don't have
defense played really well in the second.
I don't have the exact number, but I think Jackson Arnold just barely over 100 yards passing, but 120 some running.
Yeah, their pass game is a problem.
Yeah,
and they have 2 really good receivers, like elite receivers, and they can't get them the ball. So that's going to be a problem in SEC play.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
So that's what they'll have to. It's okay. Let's self-scout real quick. What did we do well? What didn't we do well? What do we got to work on?
Well, I mean, they got to work on completing passes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got Cam Coleman and Singleton on the outside,
2 talented guys.
How do you not get those guys the ball? Those are 2 potential first-round picks. How do you not get them the ball?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the same thing with what we're talking about with Ryan Williams. They could not get the ball to him, and when they did, he was getting destroyed. He was getting blown up. So both quarterbacks will have that challenge in the state of Alabama. Feed your receivers. What other game besides the big ones that we've talked about that has jumped out at you guys as far as coming out of the weekend? I'm going to go back to the Tennessee team because it was against Syracuse. They were a sizable favorite, 2 touchdowns.
Everyone was watching the Texas game.
Yeah.
And so I was following the score, so it just looked like Tennessee was destroying them, but I'm not sure.
He missed a couple throws, but he looked really good.
And he's another big kid that can move and run.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he actually hit deep balls as opposed to Nico, who couldn't hit a deep ball.
No, accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, how about that? And by the way, I do need to do an update in this son-in-law power rankings, and I do think this is worth a round of applause because, first off, Jordan was listening, and he knew that I went against his Vols, okay? He knew that I took Fran Brown, winners get washed, and I took the points. And obviously it didn't go the way that I was hoping. But the other part, we had the long Labor Day weekend celebration for TLD. It was all for the lovely Diane. We watched as much football as we possibly could.
Good for her.
Anyway,
I'm so proud.
She was so excited.
Such a good husband.
So happy.
Seriously.
And but a tip of the cap to the son-in-law who moves way up in the power rankings because we hosted the TLD birthday party at Annie and Jordan's, and they did a killer job celebrating. So I give him credit, but he knew that I was on the wrong side of that game. There was no doubt about it.
By the way, real quick, in UCLA's season opening,
they got
43-10 loss to Utah. Nico was 11 of 22 for 136 yards. He completed 50% of his passes.
That's another good one. I'm glad you brought that one up because we will get to a few more of these as we go along this week. But that was an in-conference, not in conference, but a Power 4 matchup between those two teams. And Utah looks
in Pasadena.
Yeah, Utah looks really good right now to start off. And then obviously if you go into sunny Southern California and then you're the host team in the case of the Bruins under Deshaun Foster, remember?
Under the lights, they had a pretty good crowd. For UCLA, a really good crowd, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It just always looks bad because it's the Rose Bowl and it's like they're spread out. So you could have like 60,000, it still looks empty.
It's a massive stadium.
It was a better crowd than they typically get, and they got destroyed.
Did you guys see any of Georgia this weekend?
Yeah, I'll give them credit. Gunnar Stockton looked pretty good. That was against Marshall. We've already got our dog texters that have chimed in a bunch, but he looked pretty good. Defense, but again, we're waiting to see how to judge the big boy teams, and they got that big boy schedule coming fast as well.
Yeah, in 2 weeks they have Tennessee at Tennessee,
and that you want to talk about a real good.
But then they get a breather against Alabama, so
that's true. That's a good point. Excellent point. It is XL Primetime.
10XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. John Osher knows Jacksonville football like Jax Beach knows the ocean.
That makes two of us.
Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served up by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft on 1010XL.
Want a fresh and flavorful tailgate this season? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad perfect for lunch, parties, and your tailgate. Order 3 ways at one of 4 area locations. Call 1-833-MY-CHICK or online at chickcatering.com.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law. Hey, it's Lauren Brooks. Looking and feeling great isn't just for women. Hello Smooth Med Spa has something for everyone. Laser hair removal, wrinkle smoothing, skincare, and more. With over 400 plus 5-star reviews and over a decade in business, they know their stuff. Book now at hellosmooth.com.
Frank Frangie telling you about Awaken 180. You know my daughter has done so well. I'm so proud of Amber. Can you believe she's lost 50 pounds in 2 months? And she's really proud of that. You can as well. Call 844-346-1800 or awaken180weightloss.com.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Hicken here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Hey, it's Vegas time. This is former Jags linebacker Tom McManus from Helmets and Heels, and we want you to come and join us once again in Las Vegas for the Raiders game weekend. If you've not been to the Circus Stadium Swim, you're missing out on 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive 143-foot screen with all the current sports betting action. Plus, all you Jaguar fans are invited to huddle up with Helmets and Heels at the Overhang Bar with our pregame tailgates on Friday with drink specials and special giveaways.
Lauren Brooks here. Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, and myself will be broadcasting Helmets and Heels live on air from a stadium swim cabana on Friday, October 31st. Then hosting the wildly popular Jacksonville Huddle Up Friday evening at the Overhang Bar inside Circa. If you were there last year, you know you won't want to miss it. If you've already booked your flight to Vegas for the big game and are still searching for accommodations, stay where we're staying at Circa Resort and Casino from October 30th to November 3rd.
Join the fun with the Frangie Show live this Thursday from 2 to 4 at the newly reopened Firehouse Subs on University. Appearances from a Jags player, The Roar, Jackson DeVille, and the D-Line. Thursday from 2 to 4 at Firehouse Subs on University.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Stockton pulls it, and he's got a first down and more. Touchdown, Gunner Stockton.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Hunker down, you hairy dog. Gunner Stockton, under center. They take on Marshall. They win again. And Gunner ran for some decent yards. What were the numbers through the air?
190-something yards.
190-something?
They played a Marshall team, but Charles Hunt left Marshall and took 19 of his players from Marshall to Southern Miss.
Yeah, but McConaughey is coaching them, so they got a chance. Okay? Don't give up on them just yet. All right? It's going to be a good story at the end.
Speaking of, he was sad on the sideline in Ohio.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
He was.
Yeah. Horns down. Okay? It was.
He is always sweating. Always. Like, he's on that sideline. He sweats so much his hair is like wet.
Not like Michael Irvin. He doesn't sweat like Michael Irvin on the sideline.
Oh, my goodness. There were so many times during that game, I was just like, Mike, don't get on the field and get a penalty.
Does he have one is the minister of culture. What is his job at?
Hype man.
He's the Flavor Flav.
He's just the badass Hall of Famer that stalks the sideline.
I'll just tell you this, though. I worry about a man who sweats and is so enthusiastic like Michael Irvin. I worry about those guys.
I worry for his heart.
Yeah, it's so good how Texas, the minister of culture.
Things
Miami,
can do stuff to his heart.
The flavor.
Yeah.
A gold jacket Flavor Flav, by the way.
Oh, my gosh. But it was a who's who down there just in terms of the big names. And by the way, while we mentioned Matthew McConaughey, and
who also is a gold jacket actor,
he was one of the ones that had memorable moments with Lee Corso when they would pick the games. What a great send-off for Corso. Yeah. It really was. And he's one of one, as Kirk Herbstreit called him, and he's right.
And he got the pick right.
Yeah, he got the pick right. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's just redo that, okay?
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Journalists are always. I'm
going to blame myself, by the way. So when I read Alabama falling out of the top 25 in the Coaches Poll, it was from Alabama Magazine, that noted bastion of integrity.
Well, they can vote them as number one if they want.
They can.
And they might do that.
They posted on X that Alabama had fallen out of the Coaches Poll. The problem is, they were looking at Paul Meyerberg, my colleague. He does a 1 through 136 every Monday. Now it's Tuesday because of the holiday week.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul had them out of his top 20, but they were 26. The Coaches Poll just came out, and Alabama is 20.
Yeah, put a little respect next to the Tide's name.
I did think that would have been crazy for them to go from top 10.
Yeah, to out.
I don't, because I'm looking at this poll, and everybody below them would be
on the way a road to Florida State. That's not that crazy.
But
by the way, your Knowles debuting at 19, one spot ahead of Alabama. You want to go over the 10?
Yeah, top 10.
Top 10. We'll go.
Ohio State.
10 is Arizona State. 9 is Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
They fell from 4. Arizona State went up 1 to 10. Clemson fell from 2 to 8. Mm-hmm. Canes jumped 3 to 7. Texas fell 5 to 6. Texas is not the 6th best team in the country. They're just not. I don't know how anybody can watch that and think that. Oregon up 2 to number 5. LSU up 5 to number 4. Georgia up 1 to 3. Penn State up 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, number one.
Okay.
And the AP poll comes out at 2:00.
Yeah, and the Ohio State defending national champion beat the highest rated team because they picked off number 1. And you could argue any of these. The fact that the ones that suffered a loss, one fell 10 spots, the other one fell, 5 or 6 spots in Notre Dame, but both of them faced pretty dang good teams. Clemson fell how many? Did it?
Clemson fell 3.
3? That's it?
2.
Oh, wow. See, that's... I don't know about
the
that.
The coaches suck at this, by the way.
The biggest riser...
IDs.
The biggest faller in the poll was Alabama, 12.
Yeah, that was it. That was
the biggest riser was Florida State, 28.
Mm-hmm. From 28 to...
So 28. From 47 to whatever it was.
Yeah, they weren't even others receiving votes. Yeah, they had the most impressive win, but then, like we said, will it be the most damning loss for the other side of that? Because don't think for a moment, like, Roll Tide, okay, high tide on the south side right now, he hasn't even woken up yet, okay? Normally he's up.
He certainly hasn't texted in yet.
Normally he's up by 11:45 at the latest, okay? And he's always ready to tune in and offer some he dropped some knowledge.
He was tweeting at me over the weekend. He was not happy. He was not happy.
He may be doubling his legend on the Paul Feinbaum show. I'm not sure. But high tide and others. It's low tide right now, okay? And And he might be dealing in another world. Like, in other words, lighting up more often to forget about the weekend. I don't know. We're going to find out. Hopefully we will hear from him at some point. How many people will be jumping off of that bandwagon?
None of those Alabama
none of
fans.
them will.
They're just quiet. That's all. They're just quiet. And then when they win, then you'll hear them again.
Sure. Yeah. As most fan bases go.
Sort of like our Notre Dame couple guys that are on the text line that all the time, that now we hear nothing from them.
Do you think Alabama will win a national title in the next 10 years?
Right now, the answer is no.
I would say right now, that's difficult. That's a difficult lift.
10 years is a long time.
Yeah,
you don't think they could get a badass coach in there in the next couple? And
yeah, that's exactly what happens. You go from bad to good. You go get another legend like
you're
Nick.
Right back.
Yeah, you are right back.
I think they have a badass coach right now. The problem is he's doing things 100% or 180 degrees different from what Nick did it, and you're going from a guy who was a megalomaniac, and I say that in the most loving term as possible, to a guy who lets them do whatever they want, and you can't have that.
Yeah, if he Doug Peterson's his way into that job, it's not going to work out, because Doug, as good of a coach he let guys basically, I'm giving you everything you need. Now it's up to you.
And you know what? There might be some disparity in the locker room between guys who were recruited by Alabama and guys who are there for NIL. You know, because maybe the guys who were recruited by there, maybe that was their lifelong dream to play to Alabama and make sure we steady the boat, you know, while we're looking. And then you got guys who were probably there to get the notoriety, get the attention so they can go to the next level.
Came in and got paid.
And maybe don't care as much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are the type of conflicts you might have to deal with in that locker room.
Don't you think that's going to happen more now on a daily basis?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because, I mean, you got guys that literally, they grew up dreaming to play at Alabama. They're here. They don't like the fact that they lost. And then you got guys from the NIL or from the transfer portal.
Or high school freshmen.
Yeah.
It's so funny because the NIL is elevating a lot of teams that weren't necessarily perennial contenders. Because we had the Big Four forever. It was either an Ohio State, an Alabama, a Georgia, and then you'd insert one that would get hot, be it LSU or whomever. But you had the regular contenders, and everyone else was just like maybe just a notch below. Now, with money, if you can do it right and you got the right coach, then the Lannings out at Oregon, the Franklins at Penn State, you know, all these other ones can step up and pop up and have enough resources to compete with the bigs. Because what was, in terms of the SEC dominance and teams at the top of that conference, it ain't right now.
No, that's another thing, too, is the Alabama NIL
isn't as hardy.
War chest, or whatever you want to call it. And look, Nick was asking for the money. How many years ago was it when he was taking shots at Jimbo? That was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
He knew it then it was going to be a problem, and it's a problem right now. They don't have the money that Georgia has. They don't have the money that Florida has. They don't have the money certainly that LSU has, or Texas A&M.
And think of what all you had to do. You had to have the arms race to have the facilities. Then you got to keep re-recruiting your player every single day. And then you got the NIL and rev share. And all those dollars have to be generated. The money to build the facilities, the money to pay the player, and now the rev share. It's all super intense. All right, we'll keep it going. Before we're done, though, we've got Sporting Jacks tickets. JJ, let's give one of our listeners some tickets.
Yeah, football might be back, but football is also back. Shout out Roma, still unbeaten. I have a family 4-pack to Sporting Jacks professional women's soccer match. That is this Saturday, the 6th, at Hodges Stadium at UNF against Dolls Trinity Football Club. So be caller number 4 right now at 641-1010, and I'll hook you up.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. The Everbank London Getaway Experience. One lucky winner and a guest get round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Jags play in London. Everbank.com/London for official rules. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Everbank London Getaway sweeps entry period 7/28/25 to 9/5/25. Enter and get official rules and details at everbank.com/London.
Josie for Hard Rock Bet, and I know you've been waiting for this. College football is back with massive matchups to kick off the season in style. The only thing better than hearing your favorite school's fight song is the sound of cha-ching. Hard Rock Bet makes it easy to place your bets so you can feel like the big man on campus. Download the Hard Rock Bet app or log on hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success. Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff Menard and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Joe C. Summer in Jacksonville means the sun is hot, the grills are fired up, and your water heater probably full of sludge.
Nah, not mine.
Think, when was the last time you flushed your water heater out? It's okay, you could say it.
Probably never.
Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059 or at plumberandjacks.com. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Football season is here, and the Hills Grill at Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to enjoy our tailgate menus and drink specials every Saturday and Sunday. Join us after your round and cheer on your favorite team. That's Hidden Hills Golf Club, Monument Road.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician, Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Here's a simple tip for shoulder health to improve your posture. Slouching can put extra stress on your shoulders, leading to pain and injury. Make sure your head is over your shoulders are relaxed and pulled back, and your spine is properly aligned, whether you're sitting or standing. If you sit for long periods of time, make sure to get up and take breaks, and work on pulling your shoulders back. Get up and get moving, Jacks. Go Jags.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that my Miami Hurricanes look like a disciplined team this past Sunday. Last year, they gave up a lot of yards rushing because they didn't run their rush lanes, they weren't in their gaps, they weren't in their fields, they didn't have a lot of tempo, they didn't get after the ball carried. And I think they did an outstanding job against a very formidable Notre Dame offensive line in their running game. So that was the most impressive thing about it. And then the poise of Carson Beck. A couple of those passes, the second one, the first one he had to roll out, the second one he had to throw off his back foot. Amazing catch. But I just think as far as Miami goes, I think that you can see they're a more disciplined team on both sides of the ball, and I think that's why they were so effective on Sunday night.
Real quick to add on to that is Ruben Bain has always been a rare type player, but he get lost every once in a while in games. He didn't get lost one time in that game, boy.
No.
He was every play he was doing something.
Probably the best player.
Oh my God, he was the best player in the field. I don't think there's no question about it.
That is a testament to the coaching side of this that we always talk about.
I mean,
players got to take responsibility, but
they
coaches
do.
can
And
coach.
also to be fair to Money Year for him, so he's got a chance to make some cash now.
Yeah, he could be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, that's the way it works with players, and that's fine. That's fine.
Sometimes but you know how it goes. Sometimes they protect themselves when they know they're getting paid. But at the very least, the guy that's drawing it up and motivating those guys, they do matter.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. I just think he's there's a lot going on. I think it's that, a new coach. I think he realizes they've got a chance to have a really special team, and he realizes he's got a chance to make a lot of money in the NFL. So he was unreal in that game. Unreal.
Because when it's all said and done, and I may even be shortchanged him a little bit, but you could have 2 top 10 linemen, a rusher and a blocker from Miami.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
you definitely could. My takeaway is we're not the only ones doing this crazy overreaction after week 1. Vegas now has dropped Arch Manning in its Heisman Trophy. He was far and away the Heisman leader. Now it's John Mateer of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma quarterback, who had a nice game.
He looked pretty good.
I think they played Illinois State or someone like that.
He looked pretty
I don't know. He was 31 to 38.
Once Sharon Moore gets the film on him, we'll see what he does in pregame.
Oklahoma, Michigan this week. We're going to see a lot. We're going to find out a lot about John Mateer, about Oklahoma and the new offense, and about Michigan too, and about Bryce Underwood, because Michigan was in a little bit of a dicey game against Big Bad New Mexico in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Listen, you don't sleep on those Lobos, man. But the other thing is speaking of film study, Bill Belichick in his North Carolina Tar Heel offense led by Gio Lopez comes out of the box hot. Boom, boom, boom. Big play, right down the field. Yeah. It was as if they had already got an idea of what the other side was going to do. It was crazy.
Steve Shipp's son, by the way, playing receiver for North Carolina now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's going back in time. Can he play?
I don't know if he can run like his dad. I hope he runs faster than his dad.
He has to run faster than dad. But anyway, bang, bang, bang. And you're like, wait a minute. It's almost like Bill knew what they were going to do. And they go down the field. And then after that, they couldn't do anything. And it was, and so now Jordan Hudson, who they showed early in a box and then later on the field, going up and talking to Billy before he left. Who knows how that romance and relationship is going to go as we go along.
Jordan might have ate a hot dog last night. She was probably so sick of it.
And she could go over to the Dykes sideline before it's all said and done. You never know. She may be a Sonny supporter before this is all said and done.
You've used that 3 times now.
I just tried it.
Three times.
I've only done it twice. This is only the 2nd time. Don't even try that on me. All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
So you write a good line, you got to get it in there. All right.
Well, I heard the first time she might be I think she was going to be a Dyke supporter by the end of it. I heard that.
She likes the older gentleman.
That was Joe's original line.
Joe loves to get that stuff in.
Oh,
the older gentleman.
Double entendre.
And Sonny said it. Sonny's like, he goes, they kind of weren't even talking about us.
Did you see McMurphy's tweet?
I had to give him credit. What did he do?
He said if TCU goes on a 25-10 run, the final score will be 73-24, which are their ages, 73 and 24.
That's so good from Brett.
Yeah, that's something.
All right, we're going to have him on in that honor later this week. All right, what's coming up?
Yeah, we'll talk college football. We'll talk NFL. Obviously, game week is finally here for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Beasley is in studio with us, Aaron Beasley. So we'll chat a lot of football.
That's right. It is Tuesday. I got to get used to that.
It is Tuesday. Yeah. That's right.
All right,
I did a lot of eating this weekend. How about you?
Oh, we loved it.
A lot of feasting.
We loaded up with TLD's birthday, so we were knee deep in wings, pizza, bang bang shrimp, just on and on and on.
I love it.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, y'all.
We will be listening. Let's squeeze that in real quick, if you don't mind, JJ.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
I feel good for this guy, but it basically does tell the tale. Another player that was on the Jaguars roster last year finally got signed.
Okay.
Gabe Davis.
Nice.
And he's going back to Buffalo. And so he's a guy that's still recovering from a torn meniscus, but he is coming back. And one guy did tweet, he goes, I feel really good as far as Gabe Davis being part of the team as wide receiver 7 instead of wide receiver 2 because they just brought him back. All right, we are out of here. We're done. Big Sirs, Matty Hayes, Josie, JJ, we will talk to you mañana. You got Helmets and Heels coming up.